eventually, more than likely, you're going to have to take what you've created on the screen and print it out. And there are a few things that you need to know. This can be an advanced topic, but there's some few basic things that you need to know in order to get the results that you're looking for. In other words, to see what you want to see actually outputted, because Excel is one of those programs that you're going to see one thing on the screen and what you actually see outputted might be a little bit different. So let's start out with, here is our Sales 2 file that we've created. I'm going to click the Office button and hover over Print. You'll see three options here: Print, Quick Print, and Print Preview. Print lets you go in, pick a printer, make some changes and modifications, and then print it. Quick Print will take whatever the default settings are for the printer, for your file, everything, and it'll just go ahead and send a job, one copy, and get it printed right away. The Print Preview option lets you make some changes, and then it shows you what it's actually going to look like. So let's go ahead and go with this option for right now, Print Preview. Notice right away that it doesn't look anything like what it does on the screen. In fact, it has been printed or created into 2 pages. So it's splitting my picture up, and this is not going to help me because the information, the product ID and description, is on a totally different page from the values. So I'm not going to see anything. So one thing that I can do in a case like this, a lot of times with spreadsheets, you want to print in what is called landscape mode. This is portrait mode, vertically, up and down. And we want to probably print this. We'll click Page Setup and go to Landscape. Notice that that's more horizontal. So I click OK. And there we go. There's all my information, except for one column's missing. So I'm still 2 pages. And the last column is getting thrown on to the next page. That's no good either. So how are we going to fix that? Well, let's go ahead and click Show Margins, and then you can kind of see what's going on here. These lines represent where the printer is going to print to. So it's going to print as far as this line right here. So the problem is this text right here is a little bit too big to squeeze in there. So I can do a couple of different things. I can adjust the width of my columns and try to make everything fit, or I can adjust these margins, and that's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to move this margin over to the left a little bit, and that's going to bump everything over, and it turns out that it moves it over enough that my last column there is going to fit. If I wanted to, I can even adjust the right column as well. What you see up here at the top, this is a place for header information, and this is footer information. I can enter something that I want to show up on every page. Like if I had a 5-page document and I wanted a title up here on every single page, I can enter that. And if I wanted the same footer, if I wanted to put today's date and by Ken Walker or whatever, then I could do that there as well. Now, if I'm done with Print Preview, I can click Close Print Preview. That will keep all the settings there. So let's go back into Print Preview. Everything stays the same. I can click Page Setup and make some other modifications. I can kind of squeeze it and make it fit. I can again go to my margins and actually enter decimal values here if I want to. If I want to get real precise, like I wanted to make it exactly a 1/2 inch here and exactly a 1/2 inch here, 0.5. And also for my header, I can go ahead and click the drop down and I can put some pre-configured things. These are things about the document itself. Or I can do a custom header. I've got a left side, a center, and a right side. Let's do sales report. Put that right in the center. I can format all of this stuff, regular text formatting, everything that you can do inside of Excel. Let's pick, we'll just pick something kind of weird and far out. And we'll click OK, and OK again. For a footer, same thing, customize stuff, or I can do a custom footer. And over here on the right, I'll put by Ken Walker. Over here on the left, let's say that I wanted to insert something that is dynamic but a special value, like, for example, the date. The nice thing about this is notice that when I clicked that date button, it didn't put today's date in there. It put what is called a placeholder. And that means that whenever I print this document, whatever the current date is, that's what's going to show up there. Okay? So right now it's defaulting to 12/1/2007. Let's click OK. We will now see our date inserted here, the little text that we put there, and our header there as well. Now, if we happened to have a multi-page document, that would appear on every page of that document. So the beauty of this is I've specified some things that I want to show up on every single page. This can describe what it is. So, if I've got a 5-page document, one page gets lost, I could put something like, let's go back in here. For the footer, in the center section, I could do this, insert page number or number of pages. So let's do the page number and put of and the number of pages. So we click OK and OK. In this case, it's going to show 1 of 1. But if I had a 5-page document, it would show 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, etc. So lots of helpful things that we can do with printing. Again, if we're done formatting this and we don't want to actually print yet, click Close Print Preview. Or if we're ready to go and print, we can click the Print button and we'll get the print dialog and the job will start. That's how to print in Excel. I've got just one more video for you and then you're done.